Alright, welcome. Please ignore the fact that I'm already in here. I worked out all the kinks and was wondering why no one was chatting to me. Is because nobody was here, because I hadn't started my stream yet. I have screwed up. This guy has a launcher offline. We're in the second room. We were behind 20 seconds starting on this room, but we should be fine. And I am a scrub, and I accept that. I've been talking to myself for about 8 minutes now, wondering why nobody was in here, and then I went over and I checked. It's like, hey, why isn't anyone here? Oh, it's because I didn't start my stream. That makes a lot of sense. Hey, Bernard, how's it going, buddy? Right? I mean, fortunately, like, you guys missed most of the stuff that I pulled on myself, so that's alright, but, I'm like, oh no, I might die and nobody's here to see it. Yeah, because you didn't start your stream, Loki. Like, come on now. Trust me, people want to see you die. That's definitely a thing that people want. They're not, like, actively cheering me on for it, but, they're like, oh, what could kill Loki in here? Doing stupid shit. Doing stupid shit. I mean, at least one launcher isn't as bad as the time that some people have come in without, like, entire shield boosters on, so that's our... I almost did that 1 week, actually. So this guy is 224 DPS, and this guy is 199, so definitely down a little bit, but we should be fine. I just have to get a CPU thing for this guy. I forgot that he had a slightly different fit than this guy here, so it's because I ran out of the hawk that I normally use. 268 million, I guess. There's 17. What is? Oh, double cat electric and a firestorm. Yeah, that will do it. Honestly, I don't even know what the trappers do. I forget so often as to what I have to watch out for from these guys. Actually, I still don't know what the trappers do. I don't see any EM on any of my guys. No, don't stop shooting. Just want to see what your DPS was. So I'm 80 DPS less than that doesn't make sense. Got 4 launchers. 70 DPS less than I normally am. There we go. That makes sense. Now, what would have really killed me is if I had gotten like 3 terrible DPS rooms, but thankfully that was not the case. Please shoot that guy. Especially if they were like the remote repair ones, that would have been problematic. You also missed me talking about how this microphone is not my microphone, that microphone is my microphone, but... And the fedora on top of the headset. I wanted music, and I wanted to hear like when people sub and stuff tonight. Which, the speakers, they're nice and all, but they prevent me from, you know, hearing shit. Or no, that's not it. They let me hear shit. They do feedback. That's what it is. Alright. Through. Don't be that one. Don't be that one. Please don't be that one. 8 minutes. We're good on that. Okay, we're fine. Actually, this is a good one for these guys. Might be a terrible idea, but, well, not a terrible idea, but I was considering using the cloud to like break up newts and DPS if I needed to, but I don't want to, so I'm not gonna. I mean, I thought that because it was somewhat directional it would be fine, but apparently sound waves propagate shit. Kind of like radio waves, which are kind of like sound waves. Your stuff is not turned on, dude. Kind of concerned about you. 3 dissipators left. Probably okay. Where is this anyway? I'm not sure if that's in the cloud or not, but we're going to start heading there. Might blow it up first. Okay, everyone looks fine now. So, you have to worry about newts and webs. If you only have one or the other, it's generally not a huge problem, but if you have both, then they'll catch you, and you'll get newted. If you only have one, then they might newt you, but you can tank through it. Or, oh shit, what was that? What did we say this was? 268? It was a lot anyway. Shooting. If they newt you, you can fly away from their newts, and you don't really take damage when you're at max speed. 100 million there. We are not in a cloud. So we're going to try this. I also started dieting this week, so I'm so sorry. Some delicious black coffee in front of me. That's what I tell myself. It doesn't take that much elaborate for filtering. Filtering, you can cut off the bottom part, and as long as it's not loud enough that it's competing with your voice, like it's more background noise, then you can filter out the bottom part of it as noise. Hey Camfin, how's it going? Screwing everything up, don't mind me. But I'm going to survive, so it's alright. This guy's a weapon offline. He's my DPS. He's not supposed to have weapons offline. He's going to have to go get me a new implant for him. I did some PI. Actually, yeah, it was my PI. Industry PI. Did I need to kickstart that yet? No. Okay, we're good. Okay, they're all shooting. Hey, Cracker, how's it going? I did not start that. Actually, this is a good time for me to start that drop. Let me know if my guys are dying or something. Archive that one. Create. Keyword. Horde. Horde. Create. Announce. Yeah, I still got almost 4 minutes. We're good. Even with a little less DPS, it's not hard for these guys to do. $428. Right? Nice try, but I appreciate it. I too have done some scamming in my EVE career. Some of it, it's superliminal and subliminal. Anyway, no, it's all superliminal. Okay, that one will die. 17.5 minutes, which actually isn't bad at all. Would have been faster, though. Okay, you approach there. You are going to dock up to get him a booster. You're going to pop a cat booster right now. And we are going to get that going. Hey, Animal, thanks, buddy. Stack that. 1, 2, 3, 5. Rest of it goes here. 428 million. Throw some of these over there. Alright, so you're getting a CPU O2 or O3. Honestly, it doesn't matter which. Okay, the O2 is cheaper, I know. Got 13 of them as well. Good question. Oh, shit, wait, what? Was I supposed to fix that last time? Oh. It's early. I could stop the stream to fix that. Wouldn't interfere with the draw. Give me 1 sec. Settings. Output. Video. Shit, where was that one? Nope, nope, cancel. God damn it. One sec. Setting output for streaming. Jettison this, yes. Open that, loop that. Oh, I might throw that in there 1 sec. Augments 6, yeah. Unplug that. Plug that. Thought I was being smart, plugging in that cap one. Put that online. There we go. That is on. Let me take a quick look here. I'm still looking at the video thing. So I don't normally have a headset on, but oh yeah, not a problem, Amel. But I want to be able to hear the subs and stuff, and not have like a 4th screen, because 3 is enough. Okay, so you said 640. It should be higher than 640. I've got it set to 5,000. Let's see if I can up this to 7. Okay, so I can put it to 6. Apply. Okay. I don't think I have to restart the stream for that. It's set to P6. Okay, so that's the best I can have it set to, as far as I can tell, for constant bitrate 6000 for 1080p. It was set to 5, so it's a little less than that, but it should have been higher than what you said, 640. It should have been a bit better than that. Alright, either way, that is just as best I can do. We're going to go into the next one. Let me know if you see a difference. I've got the internet for it. It's really not an issue. I probably just didn't put it up to that. I'm probably only going to be able to get 3 runs in this hour because I slacked off. I'm going to run out of boosters is what it is. But, I mean, even 3 is good. Ooh, nice room. This guy's going to be a little lower on cap than he was last time because he had a cap implant. But, I mean, you know, a quarter of his DPS is more important to me for some reason. You're going to go for the Upholder and the Watchman. That Upholder got in quick, didn't he? Okay, we're going away from the tracking, which is good. And there is only a medium deviant. So we don't have to worry about our missiles getting shot down. Which is very important. This guy's being targeted, which is what we want. It's important to check that every once in a while, because if you forget to, then, like, maybe this guy got targeted instead. Maybe you hit the / just as quickly as you hit this guy moving. And that can get one of these guys aggro, and if they have aggro and you don't notice, you're in trouble. So make sure you're checking who has aggro in your rooms. It's important. Yeah, so I'm not a Twitch partner, so I can't... I don't think I always get to pick mine like some people do. Okay, still a couple Fire Watchers left. We got Preservers as well that we want to kill. You're getting neuted, which I only care about it. Oh, you don't have your shield thing on. Okay, you still have 8, so you're fine. I'm like, do I have to watch that? No, I don't. You're also going to shoot Preservers just because they're annoying me. And we're going to approach that. I'm going to turn off your shield booster for a second, which is a terrible idea. No, I lied. I'm just going to pop a cap booster because I have a ton of cap boosters. Let's not make it so I have to manage something else that I don't have to manage right now. It's never a good idea when you're in tier 6s. Take the easy way, guys. Take the easy way. Even in tier 4s, take the easy way. Yeah, I'm just a lowly little scrub, guys. I'm no one important. Just remember that. Or I have one of those job things that makes... Well, no, it's not even that. I don't have the time to put into my stream to get partner. I'm sure I could if I really wanted to. Actually, honestly, there is not a point in my streaming career, except like when I very first started, that I didn't think I couldn't get partner. Like... I could. I would just have to stream more. However, I like playing Magic. I like spending time with my little nugget upstairs there. So I went and I bought the Final Fantasy 1 through 6 pack off of Steam today because there is currently a Square Enix sale on. And I sat on the couch playing Final Fantasy 1, and I beat up the pirates and took their ship. And I beat up the Dark Elf guy and woke up the Elf Prince. And my little girl snuggled and played on her tablet the whole afternoon with me. It was great. Can't think of a better way to spend a March break afternoon with her. She was mostly playing Doc McStuffins. Shoot that guy, right? You haven't fired as many missiles. I have a feeling I missed that at some point. He needs to start shooting again too. But we are just a little 4.5 minutes in right now, which is fantastic time. So biggest threats right now is angels or just terrible room. And I say terrible room like, well, isn't that angels? It's like, no, the abyss is extremely random. Why do I have a comment there? So You can get a room like this where you've got all this nice, clear, empty space and you're happy as a clam. Or you can get a room that's all speed and blue clouds and you just sit in a corner and cry. Like, okay, we're going to work on all of the frigates first. The upholders are not a huge concern. That short-range deviant is a huge concern. So we're going to stay away from it. We're going to take out the newts first, followed by the preservers. He's actually working on the preservers already, so you may see some of them taking damage. But we're going to get those fire watchers out of the way. Hey, Riker, how's it going, buddy? Okay, they're both shooting the same fire watcher, so this guy's going to shoot a preserver. He's going to shoot the fire watcher. He has more DPS, so it'll die quicker. This is over there. Let's orbit that at 1,000. There isn't a lot of DPS in this room, and we're almost done with the newts, so I think that's a fair decision. As long as it's away from this, which it is. Okay, that should be the last preserver going down. Right? So, I realized that that is actually probably why I can't do Tier 6 reliably with Nurdles, actually. Is because I need to chase them every second I can. And if I get a speed cloud and they're at the edge, I'm in a lot of trouble. I just lose way too much time. This does almost, like, it does matter which room, but it almost doesn't matter which room. 136 in that one. Those are decayed. 136. Oh, let's try this. Okay, upholders are going down. Now we can just kind of free target everything after that. Aegis, Escort, Wardens. So the Wardens are webs, and I should probably care about them, but I mean, I'm just gonna go orbit the gate at 1,000, so obviously it's not a huge concern if they get into range on me. Yeah. If you want this one specifically, it's that thing. Now, keep in mind, built for Tier 5, okay? Which one was that one, actually? Is that the Series Alpha? Perfect, okay. Yes. Series Alpha are built for Tier 5. If you want to do Tier 6, you should be comfortable in Tier 5 first. And those, as long as you're not screwing up, should be able to demolish Tier 4. Because Tier 4 Raging Filaments are the best, you should run Tier 4 Filaments and make a lot of easy ISK, ensure you sell your other filaments and loot to maximize your profit. I run Tier 4s, you should be like me and run Tier 4s. It says so right here in this window here, so it must be true. Yeah, not a problem. Actually, I should grab it. I'm going to be grabbing some of those, but yeah. Oh yeah, so you don't even need crystals, but yeah, if you put a few cheaper crystals on, it just becomes that more effective. Now, some people would be like, well, I mean, if you're running Tier 4s, you just want the cheap Tier 4 filaments. You don't want those T6 filaments, right? So you can definitely pass those filaments on to someone else. But yeah, you definitely don't need a full crystal set. If you're going to put a full crystal set on a character, it should only be your tank. It should not be the rest of them. The crystal set's more expensive than the rest of the fit. 1 second here. I gotta target up these entanglers. There's a whole bunch of them. And maybe fly away a little bit. Yeah, no, you should be able to, if you're using my A-type fit, yeah, you should definitely be able to use that for tier 5s. The one that's linked there, that's like 300 million ISK, or 250, whatever it is, somewhere around there, I have run tier 5s for days with. Now, obviously, you guys have seen me run these abyssals, and the way I run abyssals and the way other people run abyssals, they're not the same. Just be aware of that. I make all of these look easy. Easier than they are. So you do have to be aware that I'm insane, and that insanity goes far for me, but it might not go so far for you. You're running a cap again. I think you should be... Oh, no, you're not. You're not being neutered now. You are. Let's pop that cap booster then. 3 newts, 3 webs. One web, 2 newts. You need another booster. Yeah, so you can I have used those for tier 5s. And for those, so having more DPS definitely gives you a better... Oh, you don't have those targeted. Okay. You need those targeted. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by shooting things. Another cap booster for you. I'll be the last one then. Something. I lost track. Right, no. Those are definitely fine for tier 5s. Angels, as usual, and random ass annoying rooms can still be a problem, but they can always be a problem. Even in tier 4s. This is a mistake. No, not getting on that pass. Let's go down here. Swap the rigs out how? Cracker, that was definitely me not switching it to Nurgles is what that was. It was not actually being run in tier 4 in tier 6 fires. Okay, we're going to take another approach with cargo. So what I like to do for this, and you should probably not do this, but you can. I should wait till the end, but I'm terrible and I don't. So I slow down very briefly, open, loot 102, and get moving again. And it saves me a few seconds, but it does carry risk. So whatever you do, don't fully stop. That is a bad idea. If you were to wear, that was definitely an accident on my part on the reporting. 322 million. $23 minutes left on those. So there are actually a lot of rooms I don't need boosters for. No, I'm not going to go for that. Ugh, God damn it. No, maybe I will go for that 4th. Because this one I'm going to be able to sit on the gate in a second. So it'll depend on the next set of rooms. So, one thing I will say about my fits, and I've always said it, mine is not the be-all and the end-all of how to run things. You can absolutely try it out. Maybe it'll work better for you. All I can say is that I know that these work the way I fly. Which I can tell you that my goddamn retributions aren't freaking working that way. I've been trying retributions lately. It has not been kind to me. I need to take another look. Maybe I need more explosive resist on them. There is this explosive resist on that. No, not with that on. 88 on. Oh wait, no, 84 and 71 for explosive thermal. I know it was trace that were giving me problems. So I do know someone that said that that worked for them, Tetro. So, and it's somebody that I believe. So I don't feel like this is bad advice and someone's leading me astray. 15 and a half minutes. I haven't tested myself, but could always probably give it a go. Okay, one sec here. Alright, what did we say? We said drop multi-spec, change rigs to bay loading and explosive. Okay, I still have enough boosters in there. 7 is enough to get me through the run. I didn't reload you for some reason. That's fine. God damn it, Endobenthic, nobody loves you. Ooh, Blue Cloud, nobody loves you, nobody loves you, nobody loves you. Oh, wait, what's that? Oh, son of a bitch. Okay. Need to see if we can get out of this Blue Cloud first. Is that tracking? Son of a bitch. Are there no webs in here? That's hilarious. Wait, what's that web? Endobenthic, that's fine. All of these frigates are going to melt. And I don't have to shoot one of them. Okay, Endobenthic is switching targets. None of my other guys are currently webbed. So I saved a lot of time being able to shoot the Endobenthic and not having to shoot all these frigates. So instead of having like 35 missiles left and starting the Endobenthic, I started them off full salvos, and only this guy had to switch, and he was 3 short as well. No, 5 short, 47, that's right. So we got a very good head start on Endobenthic in this room. So that's the thing. That's why those are a tier 5 fit, and these are a tier 6 fit. Give me one sec here. So my series alpha, no, you are not Hawks. Unrelated note, you don't need to put the S in Hawks in there. My 252 on a series alpha Hawk. These guys are 277. And you're like, oh, that's 20 DPS. Oh, okay, no, you're medium, you're fine. That's 20 DPS, that's not a whole lot. That's 20 DPS times 3. So that's 60 DPS. These guys aren't actually a crazy amount of DPS. We've got 266. These had better be the same. Why is he more DPS? Son of a bitch, this is gonna haunt me. No, they have these two have the same boosters. 266. They have the same skills. They goddamn better. Oh, wait. He's got a non-faction one, that's why. So I should actually change that. So I don't know why I haven't. I've got plenty of those. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. But 60 DPS out of like 700 is a lot. So doing 700 instead of 640, I think that's what I meant. 224 should be 277 times 2. Times 2 plus 224. So I should be about 780 DPS. And you would be about closer to 700, but still above 700. Approach that. Shoot. Shoot and shoot. But obviously that's where the difference comes, right? A 5-minute benthic is really good time on that. There we go. Like, come on, die already. Reload, reload. Open that for 138. And reload. Activate Kate on all three. Shit, what did I say? 128? Nope, you started going through. Goddamn. Absolutely not. One sec here. Deviant, that. So the less I have to pay attention to, the better. If anything, I would consider doing the... What's the other thing that people like to do? The booster. I would consider that, except I'd be more worried that I'm going to shoot my own goddamn guy in the angel room instead. I'm already shooting 2 when I'm not supposed to be. 1, 2, 3... Shoot my guys often enough, thank you. It's just the one newt, and I hate newts, so we're good there. And honestly, like, that little railgun, you don't gain a whole lot from it. And I actually don't have the stuff to fit it either. So I'd have to play with the fit to do that, and that's already too much effort. Hey, Savvy, how's it going? I mean, they can't render them useless, so do you have cap boosters on them, don't you? Also, what tier were you running? That is a threat, though. So the other nice thing about these guys is you don't actually have to fly around. Oh, 75. You don't have to fly around a Karen. You can fly away from a Karen. But if you're trying to keep it into railgun range, then you kind of can't really. Okay, everybody's got everything on. We're good. 79. Tangling, just because it's an easy one to pick out here. Anchoring is good. That's not tangling. That's a transfer conduit. Unlock. Anchoring. 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 Ghosting, ghosting, ghosting. Antimatter charge S, I'd have to get within 5 for 23 DPS for a total of 70. On all three. If it tracked perfect. So, I mean, I largely fill up my cap cap boosters every run on Jackdaws. They do suck a fair number of cap boosters. But for that, have a lead and a DPS Jackdaw, and your lead has more cap boosters, and your DPS has less cap boosters, and gets your loot. But Jacks have a pretty big cargo bay. Like, you can fit a lot of cap boosters in those guys. And also, they do a lot of DPS. Oh god, no. Lead is usually... So, here's the thing. You go in defenses... This is the learning part of Jackdaws, okay? The lead is usually in sharpshooter. And also, you're going to change it up depending on what rooms you have, and what's targeting you, and how threatened kind of thing you are. But the lead... Anytime you have control of the room, and you're not worried about your shield not keeping up, for example... you want to be in sharpshooter. If your shield you won't be staying up, you want to go into defensive. If you need to get away from tangling Kikimoras, then you... Oh, speed cloud. Then you want to be in propulsion. Which is the only propulsion one out of those. And actually, only the lead one needs to go into propulsion, because when you get Kikimoras, they all focus on the tank. Except one will sometimes switch, but you can tank one, so you don't have to worry about it. But you need to make sure that those Jackdaws stay the hell out of the range of those Kikimoras. The tangling Kikimoras. You don't care about the other ones. It's the well, you do care about the other ones, but if the other ones start getting close, you just go whoop, and propulsion, and you're nowhere near them again. These are Velas, so they cannot have newts. There are no newts in this room. Once we get another one of these Velas dead, we got one down already. I think I made this smaller the other day. Then we can do that. Yeah, so the hard part about jackdaws is you have to micromanage the modes. And it's fine that they're in sharpshooter most of the time. They should be. But they can't be in sharpshooter all of the time. So, for example, if you are running into a room and your guy is getting capped out, you really, really, really want to switch him to defensive mode, because defensive mode does two very good things for jackdaws to make them take less damage. Let's bring it up here. Give me one sec here. Gonna orbit that. I'm not too worried about DPS in here now. I'm on the last of those guys. So let me target up some stuff so I can shoot some things while I talk. Okay, so defensive mode. And this is also another reason why the jackdaw is one of my favorites of this. You get 33% to all your shield resistances while defensive mode is enabled. So your resists go poof. It's a huge bonus. The second thing, and almost just as good, is you get a 33% reduction in your ship scan signature radius while you're in defensive mode. So you go from being a 100-meter target to a 67-meter target. And that is a large difference, especially when we're talking about things like missiles and stuff like that. You take a lot less damage. Also, the fact that it's harder to track you in here, where'd that go? Makes it so that they hit you a lot less. Also, right now, where I'm just approaching this thing and not orbiting it, that's a mistake. But that's also a reason why I like specifically the jackdaw over some of the other ones. Come on. What's the other one? Confessor. $106. Yeah, that's about time. Oh wait, no, they improved this one. They threw the the bonus to remote armor repair on there. However, these guys lose a lot of their range because look, they get 67% bonus while in sharpshooter mode and damage, but the problem is that means they can only largely hit things in sharpshooter mode. They don't have much of an optimal range besides that. Ah, crap. I think it's 108. I was terrible for keeping track of this run, so we're just going to have to go through and see what we end up with. Okay, that one was 17 minutes. So normally I would run another one, but I lost some time because I was screwing around. I had screwed up a little bit at the start, and that is fine. What do we get? You, and you for 323 million. $428, 322, 323, 1073 million. Fourth. Alright, so we're going to dock up. We're going to get all that stuff taken care of. Get rid of my coffee cup and maybe hunt down some more halls. Do I not? Oh no, I do have halls here. We're good. My blood pressure medication gives me a slight cough, so I usually have halls around. And you're going to dock up, because you're going to need some more filaments. You do have 3 already. Might have to try that again, we'll see. So another one that I tried before was... Oh, not a problem, that's what I do. is Nurgles with 2 Retributions, and those have worked before, but I also thought 3 Retributions would be fine, and I screwed that the hell up already, so we'll see. You're going to dock up. I can get you guys started on that, but I can also get my other draw started. So, let's go to MoveBot. Announce that one. Please enter hashtag Horde, create giveaway, hashtag hourly, and hashtag hourly, create, announce that one's open. So please type those 2 to get in on those draws. You do not have to be here to win them, but you do have to enter them. We usually do the hourly in about 5 or 10 minutes or so, depending on how long it takes me to get my stuff going. No repairs are needed. Don't need that. You just need 1,500 Scourge and top up on those and the 3 Katas. You're also have to give some Katas to that one, so let's move 6 of those over there. Give those to you. Yep. Stack that. Catadarks and boosters stay. You're good. You still need... No, you got missiles. Cat boosters, that's what I needed. This guy I like to have like so I normally have about 4,000, but this guy I like to have a little bit less, just because he needs room for looting, and I don't actually go through that many. And then that way, 4 of these for 10 should be fine. It should be. Once in a while, I do have to drop a couple because I end up having too many. Yeah, you're good there. Ooh, Recon Cat, thank you for the sub, buddy. I appreciate it. Okay, let's go over here. You need Scourge. Definitely need some of those as well. Pretty sure I used a bunch of cat boosters on you this last time. 9, not terrible, I guess. Alright, and you're good there. Alright, so make sure you enter those draws. I will be back in a minute. I'm going to leave you with an ad break. And yeah, I think that's about that. So I'll be back in a minute. Peace! Get up there. Haha! Ah! Don't mind me, just look at magic cards. Alright. Undock. 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 Should be good. Don't need two of these open. Okay, so again, when you pop boosters, you should not be in space doing it. You should be in the station there, nice and safe, with your jump clone in the same station. And what you do is you pop just this blue. I know that's not what I'm doing. Do as I say, not as I do. And then you check this, and if you have negative explosion velocity, that one's not too bad. You might keep that. But if you get negative shield or you get negative cap, jump booster back and forth, and it clears them, and pop another one till you get what you want, and then you can pop your other ones. Turrets, we're fine there. Well, another explosion velocity. I don't like that, but I'm going to live with it. Activate for fleet. Let's go and grab this. So we're going to close that. Announce this closed. Draw the winner. Announce the winner. Captain Riker. And it's Alyssa. Hearts. Nope. Go away. Bad. Bad dino. Dancing. Oh, there we go. No. No. Damn it. I know it's Alyssa Hartford. Let's go over to another window. Archive that. Where the hell is my chat? There we go. Copy that. Paste. Auto-link character. Give you 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. And in we go. Nobody's warping off in some silly direction and screwing me. Alright, cool. Haha. Okay, no, I need that up. Alright. Fogcasters and such. Alright, this should be fine. It's Strike Lance. Strike Lance is not the more feared one to me. I do want that shield booster on, though. So we're just going to kill all these guys and go to the next room and laugh the entire way. Ha ha ha. Biocache is over there. Let's start heading towards it. Might hit that red cloud, which is not great, but it's not the worst thing for me either. This guy has a bigger shield booster on because I'm a terrible person with my fits. Which honestly might work better for this guy, but it's really hard to say because cap is such an important resource when you come up against the Angel Room. I think you're probably just better off with a few crystal implants instead. And not using any more cap than you have to. Oh, there are a couple field weavers in here we should probably kill. No, you're not currently shooting anyone, so that could work for you. No, not that. Anyway, don't worry about it. Okay, this one is 210 million. Okay. I was not aware that I left that many Strike Lance alive. Oops. I'm like, oh, I must have them all dead. No, you don't. There's still, like, 4 there. Why are you killing not DPS when there's still DPS, Loki? Yeah, there's strikes, that's fine. And we're not sitting in that red cloud I was kind of worried about either, so. Unless you're comfortable doing it, again, I do not recommend sitting still in these. Like, I should technically probably orbit the thing, but I'm not concerned about it, so I'm not. But I'm quite comfortable doing this, and if I lose a set of ships, it's not gonna... Okay, it's going to be annoying because I'm getting low on ships because I've been slacking off, but... I've also got some PI I need to liquidate, so... Spot, so you shoot strike. No! God damn it, I did it again. So actually, I have done Nurgles, and I really like the Nurgles. And the biggest problem, well, I need to set up Draugrs in a higher sex system and not run tier 5 tiers, not run tier 5 tier 6. Tier 4 they should be able to absolutely destroy. But if you're running them in a 0.5, people are going to come kill you. Okay, we're going to kill the Draeners first. This is actually a fairly terrifying one, but I think we're fine. Popping your cap booster right after they nuke you out is fairly useful, because if you think they're going to do it again, which I think these guys will, like that, you're not going to be out of cap for all that long. This is not the normal order I like to kill these guys in. I would usually like to kill the pacifiers first. However, these guys... Oh, Jesus. Yeah, anyway, this is an interesting room. 1 second here. Orbit at 5. We're going to have the Arrestor dead. Let's go 1 and 2. This room I almost don't want to explain because I'm going to be doing stupid stuff. No, I would not, actually. I would say the Jackdaws is better than Draugr. However, I already sent it to you, Riker. However, the Draugrs can run firestorms, which the Jackdaws can't, so it is fun to diversify and to do different sites and different types of sites. But that's you already have all of the ISK and are not worried about it kind of thing. Same reason why I can lose a 500 million fleet of Retributions and kind of laugh at it. I made more than that in the last hour, right? But the Draugr isn't as inexpensive as a ship, as like Draug. That is more expensive than I think what some of my jacked off fits are in total. Like, let me go fitting. Okay, Marshall, you're gonna start on the Skybreaker. Jack. $302 million for the jacked off, $400 million for the Draugr Hall. So, I mean, I would be running tier 4 darks first. And if you make a whole bunch of ISK in tier 4 darks, you can do whatever the heck you want, right? Because you already have the ISK. That's the thing. If you're still learning, you shouldn't, like, having your backup ISK is important. Now, your backup ISK can be whatever your backup ISK is. If your goal is to run ridiculous things, but you don't care about ISK, some people are like that. That's absolutely fine. If you've got money to burn to replace your ships, there's nothing wrong with that. You play the game however you enjoy playing the game. Alright, none of those. We got a couple Rodivas. This is actually a very interesting room. So we have 2 Rodivas. We have no webs. We have no starving. We have no short-range deviant. We don't care about the tracking tower because there's no webs. Rodivas first, Kiki's second because there's a whole whack of them. Or Kiki's. Ghosting next because they are going to ruin your range. Maybe regroup like I'm supposed to, goddammit. Second Rodiva. I don't usually get to kill the Rodivas first. Usually I'm going after a starving or tangling first. So I am pretty happy about doing that. I have to make sure I sent that to Riker. Yeah, we're good. Now, this room, you might be like, oh, it's a normal Triglavian room. It's going to take a little while to do. It's actually not too bad. These guys die fairly quickly, and they have a bigger signature radius than what Damaviks do. So they take more damage from your missiles. You should probably have your shield run on them. Oh, I think I hit a red flag. Here, let's pop a booster for you. Ghosting 3. We got 2 of those and 2 of those, so we're not going to worry about them just yet. So these are still Kikis. They're a lot of damage if they catch up to you and you're in range, but it's really easy to stay out of range. Excellent. I shall explain that in a moment. So fish. Your ships are fitted exactly the same, right? 124 mil. But you can still have one that is tankier than the other, even with the same fit. And you're like, well, what do you mean by that? Well, let's just say you finish a room, and you realize that you're a little bit short on cap boosters. What would you do? Let's say you have 10 cap boosters between the 2 of them. Are you going to split them evenly, 5 each? Are you going to give one more than the other, and why? 444 million. See, Krakar's right. You give more to the tank. So I would probably split them up either 6 and 4 or 7 and 3 for the first person who's going to get targeted. Because odds are, well, not odds, if there's newts, they're getting neuted more. They're going to need the cap boosters more. Your other guy who moves second isn't going to have everything neuting him at once. He's not going to be, he's not going to be smashing the cap booster button as much. Now, he might be partway through, but initially, he's going to need them less than what the tank is. So you're probably splitting them up 7 and 3, 7 to the guy who moves first, and 3 to the guy who moves second, because the guy who moves first is definitely going to take the full brunt of the newt. Which, the difference between these 3 Hawks is these guys have 2 ballistic controls, and this guy has 1 and an assault damage control. You can do the same thing with Jackdaws if you want, especially if you're running easier tiers. You can give one of your Jackdaws a damage control, and the one that has the damage control can be your tank. And you might not have to worry as much about some of those things, but also your tank should have more of the cap boosters. And that's why I was saying earlier, give your tank more cap boosters, even if he's not fitted any differently, and have your DPS, the guy with less cap boosters, being the one who is grabbing all the loot. Because he needs a little bit of space for the loot, and the other and he doesn't need the cap boosters as much. Now I've got multiple screens. This guy is my main guy, mostly because he's in the center screen, and that's the easier spot for me to keep track of him. But like most people who have 2 monitors and are like for Jackdaws kind of thing, because most people don't have 3 monitors, just some of us crazy people do. But yeah, so if you're running 2 monitors, which is pretty normal for an EVE player, I would think, then your main monitor, your bigger monitor, your cooler kid monitor, that's probably going to be your tank. He's the one you're paying more attention to, and he's the one who's probably going to move first most of the time. So realistically, I shouldn't be looting with this guy. I should be looting with one of these 2 guys. God damn it. I'm going to say 15 minutes because it seems like it was probably pretty average. This guy will die pretty quick because they're both going to be shooting him. Okay, we don't care about medium DVs, that's fine. Confusers and obfuscators. So the reason we're killing confusers and obfuscators before the Charybdis is because they have effects that can make it so that we're not targeting it as accurately. So they make our weapons have shorter range, or we can't target as far. Now, is that 100% going to mess up with our stuff? No. Could it mess up with our stuff? Yes. That's why we get rid of it. The spearfishers, they scram. We don't have stinking micro warp drives, so we don't care. So we don't have to kill those guys before Charybdis. Hey Godspeed, how's it going? Let's see what the average price of Plex is right now. There's a, what, 10% sale on right now, so it could be on the downslide of that. 4.3. What? 4.3? Jesus. What the hell's going on? Oh, shoot. You should be... Oh, dear God. You have missed a lot of missiles, and that sucks. I mean, it's not going to have any huge impact on my time. Well, it'll have a bit, but... I'm making out... This isn't a fealty, it's just a shorter one, thankfully. So my screw-up won't be as noticeable when we get down to it. But it is actually probably still about 30 seconds of DPS, and that sucks. No, actually 6 missiles. Nah, that's like 10 seconds of DPS. Never mind, it's not that bad. I overestimated. Okay, Charybdis is going into armor. Charybdis is not armor tanked. Should be able to do this now. Gotta watch that speed cloud though, but the gate does not look like it's anywhere near it, so we should be fine for that. Oh, there's a short range deviant, but it's pretty far away. Okay, got that. You're reloading, that's fine. You got a bit of shooting to do yet, because you're a slacker. Open cargo, 183. Shoot. Shoot, you're still good. Approach gate. Approach gate. You two shoot that guy and we should be fine. We are sitting at... Let's look at the one you can see. 5 minutes and almost 5.5 minutes, so we are still up on this one. Reload you. Reload you, and off we go. Less than 6 minutes, we're still up time. And it's another one, but this one is a solo one. Short range deviant is right there, so we're gonna go down harder here. Draw them away from it. Regroup. You go for null charges first. You go for entanglers first. I generally consider entanglers a bigger threat than... Oh, I want to switch on that one. Than the null charges. Just because reasons. No, because if you have speed and you get neutered out, you should be fine. You also have your cap boosters to make up for that. But if you get webbed right down and Charybdis hits you, you're dead. But at the same time, you can't underestimate newts either. That's why I kind of split it up a bit. Okay, that's medium. We're not concerned about that. This guy's going to kill that. Oh, damps? I don't even care about damps. Okay, that's not true. I care about damps. But webs and newts are the first one. After that, it's anything not webs or newts. Because the thing is, if you got webs and newts, they're going to all chase you. Webs and newts, none of them lag behind. and stay out of range. They all come after you. So if you're shooting webs, newts, damps, and tracking, all of those are going to come after you. So you don't need to kill the tracking and the damps first, because you're not going to have a range issue. Like I am now, just flying out of this goddamn thing's range. We're fine. It's okay. And that changes, obviously, depending on the room. That's for this room with fealties. Because if you have Scylla room, you might have a fealties in it. The fealties will only be Lancers, and the Scylla will only be Null Warp, Web, so Warp, Scram, nope, damn it, see, I'm saying the same thing. Scram, Web, or Newt. You won't have the tracking disruptors. You only have those with the fealties. But all of that stuff still applies. But if you have a devoted room, shooting, we're good. The devoted room, the lookouts severely drop your range, and the heralds drop your they tracking disrupt your missiles, so you want them dead. And the reason being is that those guys you want to stay further away from at all times. Crybdis, I can go down within 10 kilometers of Crybdis, nothing bad happens. You go within 10 kilometers of Devoted Knights and they get a web on you and they've got newts on you, and there's 5 of them, you're in trouble. So you're kiting Devoted rooms. But, you can kite Crybdis the whole time. However, sometimes you're better off not. Now, none of these guys do any kind of ECM stuff. So we're just going to head towards the gate, and we're just going to try to stay away from that as we go to this, which does not look like a great thing. But we should be fine. Anytime. And that's the other thing, too, is depending on rooms, like, the higher tier you go, the more situational every single room is for different reasons, and it's annoying as shit, but that's usually the way it ends up being. Okay, everybody is currently reloading. That was my last missile before killing these Lancers. Oh, sorry, one guy got to shoot one. Okay, so you're shooting that one, you shoot that one, you shoot that one. Open this for 150. So as you go up tiers, the randomness is technically the same, but it's a bigger variety of random. So I lost my retributions the other day. What was it? So it was tier 4 firestorms, and I'm like, oh, that's not going to be too random. It should be largely fine, right? Yeah, no, I was definitely not that lucky. 1 second here. Just got to start shooting these deep watchers as well. I had 4 skybreakers in a tier 4. But the randomness of that, the higher the tier you get, the weirder it can be. Like, you can get 5-6 marshals, or you can get like 20 frigates, and it's a whole pain in the butt. 107. Let's orbit this. Now, some things don't really change a whole lot. The deep watchers, they don't change much, but some of them really do. Okay, the deviant's pretty far away. We're happy about that. Same as there's been times I've been like... also, I'm still relearning the retributions. That might be part of why I died too. That should be an equal sign. So I probably need more practice, and I don't like to admit it, but anyway. I died, and I was really sad about it. But retributions take a lot more paying attention to as well, and they don't have mid slots, so their cap is just terrible. Well, I'll try other things. Damn it. Is it Harpy I was looking at? Oh, speed clouds. I dislike speed clouds. So, speed clouds don't affect your tracking or anything like this, but it means that there's the possibility if these guys are sitting in speed clouds that they'll get further away. And then you have to chase them, and you don't want to chase them, but if you have to, it's fine. They're not going to hit you. They're just a pain in the butt. So, sometimes in situations like this, depending on where that speed cloud shows up, I might orbit this guy, I might turn off my stuff and orbit this thing, because this thing will help tracking, but it's not really helping anyone in any kind of way. Good, you're all shooting too. And so on and so forth. Now, these guys have armor resist, no structure, right. So once they hit structure, they die pretty quick. I should be able to kill 3 of them in my first full set of missiles, and then finish up the last one as per. We still have 6 minutes left, worlds of time. Almost a full room's worth of time, and we're definitely over half done this room. But we got some Charybdis and Deep Watchers. Those are tankier rooms. Is that what I got? I feel like there's a frigate somewhere. Anyway, whatever. I don't feel like it was this one. If they're within 15, we don't care. As long as they're within 30, no problems. Really want firestorms to work, and I want them to be easy. God damn it. Not a problem. You can always pester me, you know that. You have yourself a wonderful rest of your evening. If you haven't already, I know you have, but if anyone else hasn't already, please enter the Dragon's Horde. You do not have to be here at the end of my stream to win it, so the more you win, the better. And other people have rules for they have to be here for their stream, and I fully understand why they do and have no issues with that. I don't have those same rules. Shoot. Okay, so you're going to shoot your two. These guys are reloading. I was just going to reload and then do it, but that's fine. Now, it does help if you have your name registered with the IGN bot. If you don't, that is also okay. I will send you a message. And I will do my best to get a hold of you. If I can't, even though I try really, really hard, you might miss it, but that's the only way you would miss it. $448 million. I mean, what's kind of funny about that is that I have almost... I'm close to as much as I made last hour in these 2 runs, just because they're such good runs. Maybe up like 170 million is still. That's almost 900, and this is just a little over 10 and a half, so it's over 9,000. Not quite. Okay, and at some point in here, we're just going to start approaching the conduit, because he's not going to be able to hit us, and he's in armor, so he dies pretty quick. Like that. And I'll put these guys through first, so we can get a better idea on time. And that was about 18 minutes. Now, for some people, 18 minutes is cutting it close. For me, tier 6s, 18 minutes is not cutting it close. Less than 30 seconds is cutting close. 18 minutes, I don't even have to overheat yet. Like, grab me another Halls. Damn throat. $25 minutes left on boosters. Ideally, I'll be out of here with like 10 left on it still. Okay, what's this one? Medium, that's fine. Okay, we're not in a blue cloud. That makes all the difference here. Nobody loves drainers. None of them are those or that. So let's go for the drainers first. The drainers can definitely be problematic. Okay. Come on, Newt. Where are you? So he didn't Newt strong enough that I had to worry about it, thankfully. Now, one of the differences between frigates and cruisers is frigates are absolutely terrified of cruisers are absolutely terrified of marshals. Frigates can fly away from them and kill the pacifiers, and then go back for the marshals. So, you don't have to have that same fear as what some other ships do, because you don't take as much damage from the marshals because they have absolutely massive stinking weapons that don't affect you very well. That being said, they have less starting health, so I like to kill them earlier. And the Thunderchild fits in that same kind of category. All in all, this is actually a pretty quick room. Now, the biggest threat in these rooms... So, other rooms you have to worry about tracking towers. This room, you have to worry about blue clouds more than normal. If you're in a blue cloud, these guys are missile-based, so your biggest defense is not taking much damage because you're a small signature radius. That goes away with blue clouds, so be aware of that. Enforcer, pacifier. Okay, let's approach here. Uh, 86. Nothing too special. I've had some good rooms, so I can't complain. It's not true. Can always complain. I even have people who will listen. They might not care, but they'll listen. And the Stormbringer can do a little bit of damage because we're not moving, but as long as we're not like hitting too low, we should be fine. We actually have pretty good resist for that. So that room was done in 4 minutes. If you get 3 4-minute rooms, that's 12. You're doing great. Oh, nobody. Nope. Bad. Oh, wow, we all actually targeted the right things. Good job, us. Tangling first every time, okay? You need to pay attention to how close to the tangling you're getting. If you need to overheat to get away from them, overheat to get away from them. Medium deviant, no short range deviant, no short range deviant. If they catch you, you might die. Oh shit, there's 3 starving damn Vix, that's why. I'm like, why is my cap going down so quick? There's like 1 starving damn. Nope, there's 3. They're starting to split up. Doesn't change. Tangling are still the first. Every single time. These guys web like 1/3 of your speed. So 2 of them, you're down to 700. All of the Kikis can get in range of you. Every single one of them. Use the cap boosters, burn through the newts, which will be immediately after the Rodivas. You can even turn your shield boosters off if you want to. That's why these 2 are loaded up with cap boosters. If I need a couple extras, I can drop 3 or 4 or 5, bring him back up, and we can grab them mid the next or after this round and stockpile them again. It's fine. Okay, that's the medium. We don't care about that. Okay, so we've got 2 striking left. I'm almost tempted to kill the striking because the little guys aren't going to actually get anything done after that. Now let's get the starting. Ooh, 190. Chaotic Exotic. Oh, that's 80. Okay, that makes sense. 190, 190, 190, 190, 190, 190, 190. Yeah, don't do that. Don't just sit there and look at your loot while things are killing you because you have no cap. It's a bad idea. Alright, all the newts are dead. So that also just won't happen again. So let's get you, then we'll work on the anchoring, and then we will on our way. So, I mean, just with luck, I'm already over what I made last hour. And I should still be able to get the 4th one in, I think. So the 4th one involves making sure you have extra boosters in case you run over time and you get a room that you can't get through without them. Which does happen. Angels. Anyway. There's definitely a couple others you want boosters for regardless. $450, eh? Yeah, so you can fit a lot of cat boosters in Jackdaws. These guys only have 300, so an extra 150 capacity for cat boosters is a lot. Okay, last room for this set. It's less than a 5 minute, I'll be very happy. Nth with the 14% array, thank you very much, Nth. Drekovic room, way too many tanglings. I don't like tanglings. Tangling's bad. Starving on top of that. Son of... This is not going to be a quick room. How you doing, buddy? Well, let me get that shout out right quick to you then. There you go. Have fun running. Woo! I'm running! No, anyway, don't do that. Running is bad for you. Terrible for the knees. Terrible. Oh, shit. How did that tangling get in range? See how much my speed dropped? I was like 600... Oh, shit. Did they hit speed clouds or something? What's going on here? I dislike this so much, I have changed the targeting that I'm doing for this. Like, I'm shooting them out of order because this guy was closer for a few seconds than the other two were. So I normally like to shoot the Drekovics first, but there's only 2 of them, and I hate starvings, so... Tangling still have to die first, but I hate starvings. So, I mean, there's the usual one reason why you die in Eve, and that's your structure goes below 0. But how you get there is usually the bigger question. And for the Hawks, it's one of 2 ways. Either you take hits that are way too big that you should have been able to avoid. Examples of that, blue clouds, Charybdis because you got wrong transversal, stuff like that, right? The next one is you don't have a tank because you lost all of your capacitor. Now, depending on what tier you're doing, this may not be your fault, where the other one... A little more often than not it is, except for like angel rooms. Angel rooms can be particularly bad in any cases. But if you don't have any cap and you're taking damage and you've got webs on you, then you're gonna die. It's just as easy as that. You cannot survive without your shields on. And if you don't have cap, you don't have your shields on. It's as simple as that. Supposed to shoot that. Uh, 97. Okay, we cannot just orbit this right now. I did it so I keep moving, but I need these Kikis dead before I can do that. Absolutely not true. Now, okay. A little more true for jackdaws, but less true for hawks. But, so, the battleships hitting you, I don't think is particularly true. However, it does fit in with having extremely bad luck. So what that would be like, you start in a blue cloud that goes right to the warp gate, and you have to move before you can get out of the blue cloud. With the battleship having a tracking tower. Something like that. Absolutely, that will cause that scenario. But it's more the bad luck side of things that's actually causing your death in that. If that makes sense. Now, with jackdaws, they have a bigger signature radius. So, for example, the base signature radius of a jackdaw is... where are you? ...47 meters. And that is in defensive mode. In sharpshooter mode, that goes up to 70, which is quite a bit of an increase. Hawks are 39. So they are almost 25% smaller than jackdaws right off the bat. And that's with jackdaws in defensive mode. 17 minutes. Gives me 8 minutes left on that. That should be enough for 2 rooms, which is normally what I go for. $373. So I've had a fair number of conversations with this, and that did feel more true for the jackdaws, but less true for the hawks. The thing is I can't say I recall being hit when the parameters were right on my side. Now, I did learn a fair bit after the whole change to us having angels. So before we had angels, people still died, and people still died fairly often to a bunch of random stupid shit, as will happen. But we didn't pay as much attention to some things, like tracking towers and stuff like that, or actually even flying away. Like, I started flying away from things after angels came out, and I could have done it a lot sooner and did not realize it for the longest time. I used to always try to orbit Charybdis and Benthic, and then it's like, wait a minute, these guys chase me. I don't need to follow them. They will follow me. And that made a huge difference. Hey, Code Jesus, how's it going? Because now, and so you would get webbed, and there was that chance that you would just happen to be going the wrong direction, and bam, it would hit you. But that's really, really, really gone down, since I can be out of their range with the 50 and 70%. So, I mean, maybe there's like a 1 in 10 million, but exactly, absolutely. Maybe there's a 1 in 10 million chance, but I mean, am I going to know it's a 1 in 10 million chance? Like, it might not even, I might win the lottery before something like that happens. Like, where? I flew too close to that, didn't I? No, I don't think I did. Strange. Maybe I'll win the lottery. Then we can all afford RAM. Anyway. Open that. I'm starting off terrible again. But I mean, honestly, that room was nice and quick. I'm fine with that. Okay, so that short-range deviant is there, but it shouldn't interfere with us. If anything, it might nick some of their life off, and my missiles will still hit it. Because my missiles have to fly within a certain range of it. Usually like 5 to 7 is where they start getting destroyed, so should be fine. Three and a half minutes left on boosters, so let's say closer to 3 by the time we go to the next room. Which, if I can't get control of the room in that time, then we've got bigger problems, I have to say. Plate Forger... No. Why did I not kill the Snarecaster? You're definitely going to be shooting that Snarecaster. No? I mean, I wasn't wrong, but I didn't think you would be, too. Yeah. So here's the thing. 3 minutes is enough time to get control of the room, regardless of what room it is. If it's angels, if you don't have the symbols dead in 3 minutes, you're probably dead. So you should be fine with doing it. 30 seconds, that's a very bad amount of time to do that with. Alright, short-range deviants are not going to help us. We don't like being near the tracking towers, so we're going to have to kill all of these frigates. This is going to be a little bit longer of a room, but we had a shorter room, so that's fine. Oh, that's more Snarecasters than I was expecting to see. You're going to work on the Snarecasters. Do you want these other Snarecasters targeted? Okay, so now we just want to play hide and seek with the Endobenthic. We want to stay ideally 20 kilometers away, but if we dip into that 15 and get webbed a little bit, that's fine. It's not going to be the end of the world. as long as we're not flying towards him, it's unlikely he will hit us. And even if we get webbed, it's unlikely he's going to hit us. But we do not want to get out of 47 kilometers range. Okay, all of my guys are shooting, which honestly is the biggest thing right now. We are well away from all of the towers. Ah! Do you guys want me to put the... Now, I've got another room. I'm not going to put the hourly up yet. This could be at least 5 minutes. It'll be too long. You'll have like 15 minutes to enter. No. Once I get it, we can put it on. Go follow Booga if you have not already. Booga is another streamer. Ah, I did it again. Don't do that. Don't go out of the range of the benthic. I might miss a volley, and this will slow things down, but we got lots of time, so I'm not worried about it, but I still don't like it. Oh, you still seem to be in range for some reason. Like, you might only miss one shot, but those add up if you miss a couple of them. Good old red wall. So one of the nice things about this guy being in a different graphics level than these two is these two see that glow start up with a red wall before this guy will. And that is actually very useful to have them in different qualities than you would think. Like, you'd be like, well, why would you want lower quality on something besides running a bit better? Well, it actually helps with seeing the walls in the abyss. Go figure. Like, so my boosters have worn off now because it's been more than 3 minutes since I came in here. It's endobenthic. It's a bit longer of a room. If I was worried about time, I would pop boosters. I'm not worried about DPS because this is not a... because I have 11 minutes left. He's more than halfway through armor. We're getting our reload in. So he's less than half, and we've got worlds of time left. I have almost 5 minutes ahead of schedule so far. So shooting. See, I can see the red wall here. But I have to, like, specifically move to look. I do still have to have it there, but I'm more likely to just see a little bit of that glow on my other guys than this guy. Yeah. Tracking three characters is difficult too. But even with two, or sometimes even with one, if you forget what you're doing, it can be terrifying. Okay, bad idea time. I want the loot. $125. Damn it, missed it. Alright, well, oh, Jesus, not 125. Not 125. I'm running 3 Hawks. This guy and these two. Dimension, not 125. Price check, glorified 100 MNs. No, we're fine. Okay, remember, you can stop and have a second to figure out what's going on. So, medium deviant, not going to bother us. Let's not go through the red cloud. Let's fly away from them. And we've overheated. Regroup. Cinnable, Cinnable. Cinnable, Cinnable. Elite Cinnable. And we're going to pop our cap booster early. That symbol is not in range yet, but so we didn't screw up anything there. That's perfectly fine. He wasn't in range. My other guys were DPSing him already. I'll pop cap boosters on my other guys. We're going to hit our ADC on this guy. This guy has swapped. This guy has not. We're fine with that. This guy has swapped, so we're going to make sure that these guys are overheating their hardeners, and this guy is not. This guy looks like he's taking a little more damage, which was funny, actually. He is not tanking the Cinnable, but he seems to be taking more damage than this guy is. But we got quite a few Dramiels in here to also worry about. So the other thing to pay attention to is make sure your guys aren't flying too far away. Because you will get distracted not wanting to be anywhere near Cinnables, and you will forget that you're flying out of the abyss. Oh, son of a... Can't believe I did that. Alright, what did I do wrong? So I have already said what it is, or at least what I should have done. And if you can tell me what I did wrong, and you're the first person to do it, I will. And it's by my chat. I will give you 50 million ISK. If you can tell me what I did wrong. To someone, this is going to be pretty obvious. But I also got a really good blueprint, so I'm fine with giving you guys 50 million ISK. I'm trying to do it wrong again, but that's not the one. I did something blatantly wrong. Nope, not seeing anyone say what it is. So your cutoff is now, but what I blatantly did wrong was I was supposed to have boosters ready to pop if I had an angel room, and I didn't pop a single goddamn booster. I just did an angel room in tier 6 with no boosters. Don't do that. 240 million. With an ungodly amount of ISK in my cargo hold. Ungodly amount. $2.5 billion for that glorified unstable mutaplasmid. Once it's built. Do I have one of the 100 MN unstable 100? No. And that last missile looked good there. Okay, we're going to get these two DPS to dock up. Open fleet hangar. 2, 3, 4, 5. 429 million. Dock you up. Over to you. Dock you up. Okay, so that worked out to, let's stack this, 170, no, that has, what you call it, cat boosters, 1694, $94 million in, we'll say 1 hour and 10 minutes. Plus, okay, oh, I should be able to link that actually, shouldn't I? Fleet, you, so 137 million goes out, 2.5 gets made from it. Copy that. So add on, well, it depends. I have to look up Eve Tycoon to see the, nope, that didn't work. To see what that's worth. Glorified, unstable, 109. Selling, so I can sell it for 2 billion right now. So 2 bill. 3694 million. Third hour. So I made 3.7 billion in an hour and 10 minutes. Right? I mean, so the funny part about that is those drop in tier 4. They're extremely rare in any tier. But the fact that you can get those in tier 4 means that tier 4 raging filaments are the best. You should run tier 4 filaments and make a lot of easy ISK. Ensure you sell your other filaments and loot to maximize your profits. I run tier 4s. You should be like me and run tier 4s. Just saying. Now the capital ones don't. I have not seen a capital a capital glorified unstable yet. Granted, I've been slacking off on running, but that's besides the point. Let's grab 2,700 of those. Oh, let's start that up first. You're right. We are going to move on to giveaways. Create. Hashtag hourly. Create. Announce that it's open. Why did I go? Oh, right, because I want to manage this one. Announce back to manage this one so I don't close the wrong one by accident. There we go. Alright, so make sure you get in on those two draws. They're both open there while I sort out my filament situation. Now keep in mind that's minus 400 million for filaments, but I don't think we care at that point. Okay, let's accept that on you. Accept. Drag this stuff here. Stack. Cat of Dark into the fleet hangar. You're, no, I forgot that, didn't I? Sure did. Cat boosters is all that was. Okay, over to Vitso. Double check, repair. Okay, you're good. Got that, cat boosters, you need more. 5. Stack. Double check, repair. Good. Scourge, 2,500. So I usually only use about 2,500 a run, but I don't really like to keep 4,000 just in case. I've just seen bad things happen. And on my other guys, I keep over 4. This guy, I keep a little under 4. Repair quote. Okay, we're good. Scourge, 2,700. And cap boost. Oh, you're down to 5 cap boosters. You need to whack all of this. 14. Alright. So that's all of those guys. Let's leave those open. I'm going to go for a quick couple minute breaks like I do every hour, and I shall return. Do another hour. We'll get the draws done. We'll call it a day. And take my... Oh, shit, I got coffee. I should not drink this coffee. I'm going to do anyway. Coffee is life. All right. I'll be back in a couple minutes. Let me see what my thing says. Can I run ads? Yes, I can. So I'm running ads. I will be back in a few minutes. Peace out. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, I had to stop and talk to Belle for a sec. Because I wanted to bring up a point about Firefly. So, they are rebooting Firefly, and it's going to be an animated series instead of live action. But that means that it's taking place somewhere. It's before the movie. So Shepherd Book and Wash are still alive in this. But I'm not sure if they're gonna bounce around different parts of the series, or if they're just gonna be after the series, before the movie, so we still have Shepherd Book and Wash. Alright, undocking. Can always have hope for the series. I've only waited... Oh, Jesus, I've waited 20 years for this goddamn thing. But there is the problem that you know that some of the characters aren't going to die because they die later in the series, so... But Nathan Fillion is one of the ones, I think, who is partially running it at least, so I have some hope for it. But in all honesty, like, the original series was cheesy anyway, so we'll have to see. Alright, negatives. None. None. Turret. Oh, this is a perfect boosters for this then. Sweet. So also, I started this off with 4 sets of boosters in here. You should not do that. If you die, it's wasteful. But I do it so that if I do need that last set of boosters, which I should have used at the end of the last run, but I didn't, that I have it. Okay, oh shit. So this is, oh wait, no, we might be fine. I thought all of that speed cloud was over by the Devoters, but it does not seem to be. Look, still no lookouts or heralds? What in the hell is going on with those guys lately? So normally I focus fire lookouts and heralds, but I have barely been seeing them. I bet if I ran Nurgles, there'd be like 30 of each of them. Even if it was a tier 4. So here's the thing, Kojesus. On one hand, maybe they will completely screw it up and it will be garbage. But you know what? That doesn't change the original if they do that. So, I mean, that is absolutely possible, but I'd have to look into it more to see who's running it. I think Nathan Fillion has his hands in it, and I don't think he's willing to let that go that way. Same kind of way that, although I've heard a lot of talk on this, but I haven't actually seen a lot of it come out yet, I keep hearing about Henry Cavill and doing a Warhammer Faithful universe, right? Now, granted, I haven't seen much movement on that, but I think I'm hoping we have the right people that they'll be like, yes, this works, no, this doesn't work, or they already have something in there to make it work, but would be willing to stop it if they need to. I'm pretty sure Castle stopped at a good time. I didn't watch all of it, but Belle did. I watched most of it. But Castle went on quite well for many seasons, and I don't think it died out because it got to a spot where it was watered down and too shitty. I think they actually just stopped making it, which is not usually how it works. You're right, usually they try to milk it for money, but we can hope that that's not the case, and we still have the original if it is. Oh shit. That's why I'm not supposed to stop. 124. That might be bad. So these guys can web, but I am not webbed. However, I screwed up a tiny bit. I hit this. So now, I almost don't want to go through in the next 2 minutes, but I'm going to be done this room in well under the next 2 minutes. So I'm going to take a smidgen longer on this room. I don't normally go for these, but I might go for... Well, I'll go for at least this one. This one's pretty close. Because if I lose a little bit of DPS, I'm fine, because I need to waste a couple minutes worth of time anyway. Well, not a couple minutes, but like a minute. I mean, already been rewatching the original enough anyway. So, alright, so this one is 14 million. So I can up this to 38. Alright, we're down to a minute already, so I'm fine with going through. Because I can stall 15 seconds on angels, plus a little bit, plus a little bit. Plus I have to wait for these guys to get here. 30 seconds is not a problem. I should not be popping that within the first 30 seconds of going through anyway. Okay. Angels? No, we're fine. Okay, let's go this way. No newts. Still no newts. So the reason I said it that way is because I looked at the fealties first and saw that there were no newts. And then I looked at the Scyllas below and saw there were still no newts. 5 seconds on that. We're not taking any shield damage yet. Not a problem here. No short-range deviants, so we're happy with that. Regroup these guys so you don't get out of range. You're still in range, we're good. Let's head a little bit over towards where the gate is so that these guys don't get out of range. You're still hitting, we're fine. Although I do find it funny that I'm pretty sure that Joss Whedon killed off the characters he did to prevent there from being a sequel, and they worked around it. that does amuse me. Okay, we're getting mostly full speed in now. Nope. Shit, did I do that draw that I was supposed to do? I think I did. Alright, let's go over to Moobot. There's my draw that I was supposed to do. Close, announces close, draw the winner, announce the winner. Remy! Copy that. Archive that. IGS paste. See a lot of red on that, and that was scaring me for a second. Now I can kind of go back up here and be alright. Remy gun. Character, shoot that, give 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, cent. Pretty sure I archived it already, but I mean, the easy part about that is your name is showing up on screen, so that's fine. Not like I was going to forget Remy anyway, so we're good. Yes, this is a good example of where you have obfuscators, and they are the bottom of the barrel because these guys are never going to not be in range. Like, they go for you. So you don't need to kill them anywhere near first. because they aren't actually going to have an impact on what you do. Whereas the confusers, I'm not 100% sure whether the confusers have an effect on explosion things. Same thing I use that for. Explosion radius, because if they do, then the increased, or the shittier explosion radius, 259, is going to have an impact on how much damage you do. Love that little dancing dino. Okay, so we're sitting around the 10-minute mark so far on this one, which is fantastic. 10.5 minutes left, so we'll be, if I shoot with this guy, we'll be done with lots of time left. Needless to say, 7 minutes should be enough to finish any room. If I take more than 10 minutes, things have gone horribly wrong. Speaking of horribly wrong, pick your goddamn choice. No. I don't like any of this. Let's see if we can thread the needle. Null charges are 100% second on this. The reason being I had to go in a little bit further than I cared for, so I'm closer to Charybdis than I like, and this guy's going to have a bunch of webs on him. So, I've got speed clouds below me, blue clouds around me, and 2 tracking turrets up above me. And all of these things give a higher chance of Charybdis hitting you, which is really bad. Not to mention... Okay, we're going to hit our ADC. I felt like I was going awful slow there, and I wasn't sure why. Okay, newts are dying. And we're away from the tracking towers and the other deviant. I'm a little scared for this guy, but I think he's fine. So this is actually a very did I didn't send you that yet, did I? Or did I? Remy gun, Hartford. Yeah, no, I'm good. I've got the 2 done I was supposed to. Actually, even better, it was me who put that up there. So anyway, yeah, this room was terrifying. So look, speed clouds, blue clouds, tracking towers, tracking pylons. And all of these things mean Charybdis can go boop and kill me. I'm glad I have a Lancer and a couple Scyllas, because that means that I will be able to smack them around after Charybdis is dead on my way to the cache, and not, like, have some wasted time there. By the way, the edge is not insta-death. You have to fear the edge, but you also have to, like, more you have to respect the edge than fear it. It has its uses. I've used it to kill plenty of things. People included, but that's been a while. Okay, Charybdis is about dead. We should be able to approach this now. Lancer, Scylla, and Scylla. It might be the same Scylla. It might not be the same Scylla. Nobody knows. That's the same Scylla. I'm just gonna have this guy keep one back to kill the cache with. Reloading, reloading, reloading. Everyone's reloading. These guys are going to approach the origin conduit. This guy's going to approach the loot box. Shoot. Shoot. And shoot. And shoot. 171. Decayed. Gravity. No, that's not worth that much. 171. And not quite 16 minutes, but that's all right. $568. Oh, wrong spot. Alright, should I rage bait YouTubers later? Because with that blueprint, I can absolutely be like, hey, I made, let's see, 5 billion ISK in 3 hours. And they're going to get mad at me. Last strike. No, let's not do it. Blue cloud. So normally blue clouds are bad. You can actually use blue clouds to help. I'm kind of scared now. To help you with these guys, because they will die faster in blue clouds. But you do have to be aware that you will probably take more damage in them. But if you take out their DPS first, it shouldn't be a huge issue. I mean, famous last words. Let's watch me eat them. Nope, we're fine. Woo! I was thinking about using the short-range deviants, but it just really wasn't worth it. Short-range deviants interfere with your missiles too much. You're actually better off just shooting them with missiles. Now, if you get a short-range deviant and a medium-range deviant at the same time, that's a different story entirely. You take out a few of your DPS, you go sit in the short range while the big one also kills them. Just beautiful. They drop like flies. Or two mediums, same thing. And two mediums, if they're within like 30 kilometers of each other, you can just kind of sit in the middle. And you're still able to shoot them down. It doesn't bother your missiles. And they just die. It's glorious. Uh, 168. Now that glorified might be or something. Probably not, but you never know. Okay, I say you never know, but you probably do. Glorified. Gravid. Which one was it? Felt like one that was more expensive. 5 MN. Nope, 40 million. Nobody cares. Approach that. Nice quick room there. Oh, you went late tonight, didn't you, Simon? Look at you. Give you guys... Well, I'm going to need a second to get the next room, but I'll try to get that in right quick. Shout out at Contempo. Go follow him. I follow him. You should definitely follow him. Alright. Okay, what the hell is this bullshit? Shit. Okay, we're going to go this way. Regroup. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hashtag horde. Hashtag... No, that's the only one you get right now is hashtag horde. Please go do that. Get yourselves in on that draw. Woo! Simon, what have I told you about letting Nigel take his shirt off during a stream? You shouldn't do it, but I mean, you keep doing it anyway. Just because they throw bits at you doesn't mean you should let that happen. Okay, fine, I'm just jealous. Nigel's prettier than I am. Okay, let's go this way. Pop that. That. So whatever you do, don't look at this number here. Just look at this thing up here instead, and read this. I'll read it for you in a second, but yeah, make sure you read that, and then don't pay attention to that number below that I'm going to show you again. Hey, August, how's it going, buddy? So, T4 raging filaments are the best. You should run T4 filaments, make lots of easy ISK. Ensure you sell your other filaments and loot to maximize your profits. I run T4s, you should be like me, run T4s. Yes, these are tier 6s, but still. Yeah, so whatever you do, ignore this 3.7 billion that I made in an hour and 10 minutes. You don't worry your pretty little face about that, just focus on that tier 4s. Make you lots of ISK, and could have made most of that too. It is possible to get that in tier 4s as well. That drop does exist there, so. Then we're going to be going for these ghosting. This is actually a pretty quick room. I'm not specifically not killing the newts until after the Rodivers are dead, because you don't have max DPS against the Damavix even with Hawks. Their signature radius is too small. Now, you still do like 70-80%, but because you're not doing the full amount, You get more damage if you go into blue clouds and you spike their signature radius, which is the easy way to tell that you're not doing max damage. But the reps are annoying, and I feel like this. No wait, no, that's the snare casters, but still, they have a pretty small signature radius. Be aware of that. I think I looked it up before, and I think the snare casters have a smaller signature radius than like blast lances do. So it's one of my reasons for killing the DPS in the frigate room over the snares. Simon, I'm going to rage bait people with this number on YouTube later. $87 million there. Hey, Sidewinder, how's it going? Just come over here and win the big draws, why don't you? LTNS. What's LTNS? Later Tata not single. No, that's not it. Late night. Nope. Still has the word single at the end of it. Oh, long time no see. Okay. Alright, so we're going into the last room with 12 minutes left. This is beautiful. Oh, and it's another frigate with a medium range TV. This is the best room ever. Okay, so we're going to go this way. This is Sparklance, though. I have to be careful of that a little bit. Okay, apparently we're not targeting with those guys first. So that's Speed Cloud. Why does that look like a Speed? I don't want a Speed Cloud. Son of a bitch. Now I'm just working on where I'm yeeting, because I can't see where the frickin' Speed Cloud is. Okay, I'm out of the Speed Cloud, but I'm still near the Deviant. And we have to watch for more Speed Cloud, because never trust the Speed Cloud. Alright, and let's approach this because we know that that's probably not in a Speed Cloud. But I mean, we made fantastic progress on with this. It's like we are still up 32 minutes right now, which is beautiful for almost on the second room. Most of these guys, I imagine, are probably only going to take another shot or two to kill. $260. Oh, Jesus. Alright, looks like my guy is docking up in between, which he doesn't normally do, but he's going to have to this frickin' time. Okay, I am a luck sack, and if I want to bait people on YouTube, it's gonna be so easy. Okay. This is what I want you to remember. Actually, here. Use blueprint. 3, 4, 5. 518. Nope, I didn't do that. $518 million. So 57 million in, 1.7 billion out. We're gonna go over to Eve Marketer, which should bring up Tycoon. Glorified, unstable 50. Mutaplasmid. 1.7 sell, 950 buy, so we can say plus 900 million ISK. 1418 million on that one. Okay. Did you grab those yet? Does not look like. Do you need any boosters? Grab 3 just in case. Not as bad as I thought. Still docking up. So in the last 15 minutes, I made 1.4 billion ISK. Ooh, this is fun. Okay, drainer. So I want to go this way. We have to kill those little 2 arresters first. This one doesn't seem too bad of a room, though. And then drainer, Marshall. Marshall specific. Okay. I still have most of my stuff on without needing to actually hit my cat booster. Yes, we're not hitting it yet because we're actually okay for the moment. He's gonna hit. There's the. I think that's the second one there. Fine. Nope. There it is. There. A little bit too early, but that's okay. We're fine now. Enforcer and pacifier. Let's kill the pacifier first. But now there isn't really enough DPS left that I have to be super concerned about most of it. Thunderchild will be after this. And we're going to orbit this thing at 7,500 to see where we're at. We don't want to be anywhere, not going to be anywhere near that, so we're fine there. So I'm mostly going within 7,500 of this because I want them to pop it for me. And I'm also killing the Thunderchild first because he's not full shields and he'll regen if you don't. But everything else is full right on. Oh, you would have gotten hit by the Thunderchild or something at some point. Anyway, so we're just going to let this go the way it goes. Orbit this. We can get a little closer now because we have this under control. Most of them are dead. Thunderchild's now gone. That Stormbringer should get a shot off and blow that up for me, hopefully. If he contributes today. God damn it, Stormbringer, what's going on? Thank you. Like, I don't care which one of my guys you shoot, it should work. 190 million. I'm so sorry, guys. This is buckets tonight. I should not split those guys up. But I got 2 on the Stormbringer. I'm kind of okay with it. Thing is, the Stormbringer does regenerate a shield, so 71, 64. You will see it pop up, I think, from time to time. Pretty sure he is a booster. Oh, that guy. No, he's not dead. He's almost dead, though. However, this is still a quick run. Once this guy's out of shield, these guys are very much shield tanks. You can approach the gate, and he will not kill you in that couple little shots there. There we go. And you can tell just from where the... If I'm not covering it up. No, I'm covering it up. God damn it. Needless to say, that was a quick one. So this is a quick and easy... Well, not quick and easy, but it's an easy room. You can say that. 1, Lucid. You start shooting Deep Watcher. You start shooting Deep Watcher. It's important to just get your DPS started right away. And then 2, 3, 4. $176. You can keep the cap boosters and drop everything else. And undock. Regroup so you two don't die from stupid shit. You targeted in the wrong order still? It's a very minor shit, don't worry about it. It's mostly like, which one was that again? Two, 2, and 2. Shooting, shooting, shooting. Okay, we're good. Everyone's within range. This is the very typical way this room runs, which is what you want. Where sometimes there's blue clouds you don't care about, speed clouds you care about, short range deviants you care about, stuff like that that interferes with your DPS. You might have to work around. I don't have any of that right now, so we are just more than happy to kill these Deep Watchers, and they'll sit there and tank it, and they'll be a pain in the ass, but and it'll be boring as shit, but just don't get too overwhelmed by the boring. Hit hashtag Horde and get in on that draw and call it a day, and we'll all come out of this with Smisk. So I bought a box of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Magic the Gathering Universes Beyond cards, by the way. Because why wouldn't you? I mean, there's actually lots of reasons. The economy, you're going to lose money pulling cards as opposed to buying singles. Let's just make this a longer list. However, I'm going to start making more decks with... So I'm aiming to buy one play box of each set, and then just build decks with what I have and not spend too much more on them, or trade some stuff in to be able to do that. Which I do have some trader card. Anyway, I've got some fairly cool cards around that I could do that with if I want to, or I've got 3 Tiamats, and I don't need 3 Tiamats, so... Though I do need a Dragon deck. You're not wrong about that, with Dracogenesis. Okay, I'm a Magic Gathering. I can't help that. Alright, let's see here. For modern day purposes, how many runs do I have to do, and what tier? Actually, the better question is do I have 2 to 4 Jackdaws? I've got 9 Jackdaws. Do I have the stuff for 9 Jackdaws? Reload, reload, reload. Well, we're looking fairly good there. I've got 4 potentially usable Jackdaws. T4, 1 hour worth of runs. I'll have to go talk to my wife, actually, is the answer. Oh, I've got 4 Jackdaws. That's not a problem. I've only got 3 of the T4 one, or 3 of the version 4 ones. But I do have a more expensive one as well. Oh, just any Tuesday? Oh, that's easy. You don't even have to pay me for that. I would be more than willing to do that. Okay, going through the gate. How about all next week? Or not, like, by... Actually, like, the next Tuesday that I... So next Tuesday, I will try to do that. And you're not even looking for me to quad box them, right? So one time, Caldari Prime Pony Club bribed me to make 1 billion liquid ISK within 24 hours, and bribed me fairly significantly with a tip. And needless to say, I definitely had to talk to my wife about that one. But she said yes. He got her a book too. So that made it easier to bribe her. That was part of the bribe, in fact. And I ran Faction Warfare for an extra 6 hours past what I normally would that particular night. Now, it was a fairly significant bribe, just so you're aware. I paid for like half my video card, a new video card at the time. Granted, they were like $400 instead of $1,000, but still. However, me just running some of my own content, just at a lighter amount, is absolutely acceptable. So what we'll do, or what we'll aim to do, I will start off with tier 4s for an hour, and if they survive, we will up it to tier 5s, and if they survive another hour, we will up it to 2 tier 6s. And see how all of that goes. Did I hear thunder? That doesn't sound right. Maybe it must have just been the sun, hopefully. Now, how much am I allowed to pimp my fit for this, actually, is the better question. Now, I'm not talking like $1 billion per. I'm talking probably no more than 750 would be my max that I would ever make. I might make a couple, so I might make, like, I'll start off with which one are you using right now? Are you using the one that I have in here? Jacks. How does yours compare to that? $236 million there. Okay, that was my headset, thankfully. Okay, 2 short ranges here, and I don't like those. Let's go up this way a little bit. Okay, so obviously these guys are still dying, so we're fine there. Okay, perfect. $373. They're using ballistic controls too with damage control. Are you using damage controls or 3 BCUs? It's actually the next question. Okay, should be able to approach the origin on all 3 now. We're going to wreck that of fealties pretty quick. Yep. Said exact fit, so I'm assuming that you're using the damage controls on them. Open fleet. Stack that. 2, 3, 4, 5. 602. 15 minutes. I forgot some? I'm drunk. Forgot some. Well, there's no cat of darks in there. There's no cat of darks in there. There's no cat of darks in there. Oh, I kicked them out with the rest of my stuff when I docked up. Okay. Alright, damage control on both. Gotcha. Let me look at my own damn fit again. Yep. Okay, so the only thing I might change, I might upgrade the BCUs for going up tiers. And I may make a tank hawk and a DPS hawk, and the tank hawk might have 2 BCUs and a damage control, and the other one might have 3 BCUs and a damage control. Or no, 3 BCUs. There we go. But we'll see how ballsy I'm feeling when we get to there.
Roger, 0J, and I feel fine. Discovery Houston, press to ATO.
I was like, where did my things go? It's like, you kind of dropped them off because you had a bunch of loot. It's like, right. That makes more sense. Okay, so we still have 11 minutes left, which is worlds of time, actually. As long as we don't get any super long rooms, we'll be happy with that. The Abyss is a harsh mistress, that's for damn sure. Speaking of which, okay, don't do this. Okay, what do we got here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to kill these guys first. Approach the nub. Approach the nub. AB's off. $40, $50, no. Perfect. Right there. Give me one moment, please. Sorry, the thing I'm doing is moderately complex. So what I did was I went outside of the boundary, and now the Triglavians are flying into the boundary to try to kill me, but they're failing. Now, as you can see, this guy here, he's taking a tiny bit of damage, but he's alright. I can overheat things to make that better if I need to. One cycle of his hardener will do beautifully for that. No hourly this hour because we're going to be going into the last one. The last draw shortly there, Riker. So he's still dropping a little bit. He's taking 54 damage to tick off that. But it should be fine. This is a very ballsy thing to do. You want to be very careful doing it. Like, you don't need to do this in lower tiers. Don't do this in lower tiers. AB's back on. And we're going to start heading towards the biocache and regrouping. So, heavy Damavik rooms like that tend to be one of the longer rooms for me. Doing that... Actually, they took a lot of damage that time. I think more than normal, to be fair. Because we are not quite 4 minutes in and almost done this room. This can be a 7-minute room. And even the strike needles don't take as much damage because they don't go out as much, but they're also not the super tanky guys, so I'm not too concerned about that. Oh, you can survive outside the barrier for longer than you think. I'm pretty sure that's one of the Corrupted's methods of doing things. 218 million. Absolutely doable. So, I just watch how much damage I'm taking. I aim for about 50 per tech. And I sit outside, and if I need to, I'll overheat. Oh, you can be out there infinitely. If your tank is up to it. You just have to be aware of what your tank is up to. These guys are fine. They're going to keep me busy, but shouldn't be too bad. 1 entangler, 3 dissipators. How about on the other side? 1 and 2. Looks like I got out of range of that tracking tower, which is nice. Looks like I did not get out of range of that tracking tower, which is not nice. Oh, it's because there's a bunch of towers. Damn it. Egg, what was it that, in your words, what was it that killed you? Z-Kill doesn't actually tell me all that much about your situation for a lot of things. So, if you can describe to me what killed you, I can probably tell you better how not to die. I want to stop shooting that. I do that every once in a while. So, a fair while ago, depending on how long you have been playing Eve, they used to have these things that me and Simon really liked called the Proving Grounds, which they've had a couple different types of Proving Grounds even. But the one we liked was they had different events every few months, and you would go into the arena against other people, and you would get to fight them. There'd be... Oh, got ganked on the way up? That's a completely different story then. What tier were you running in? What security system were you running it in? So, for example, I run in 0.5 because I run tier 6. If you're running anything less than that, you should be in a higher security place, 183 million. Now, the other problem is because you've been ganked and people can see that you've been ganked, that might make you a target again. Or, it is possible that they just ganked you for the fun of ganking you. Because that happens sometimes as well. I've made friends from that, needless to say. Okay, so tier 4. One moment, please. .7? Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, that's the other thing, is you absolutely don't want to be anywhere near Jita. So, there is a Concord station, I want to say 2 or 3 jumps from Jita that I moved to once. And it's the only place I have ever had one of my blockade runners blown up. Thankfully empty. But needless to say, abyssal loot is extremely small. So first thing I recommend looking for is a Concord station that you can sell the survey databases at. That you run them out of there. So pick your choice. There's tons of them. But that way you get rid of the biggest part of your loot quicker. However, aside from either isogen or 0 point condensate, everything is super cheap. Super cheap. Super small. Abyssal loot doesn't take up much space these days. So, it is very easy to haul. You can make a sub 2 second jackdaw that can, or Tech 3 destroyer to haul stuff in. Or you can use a Synesis, but if you use a Synesis, just be aware that you absolutely want to land on the within range of docking. You don't want to have a couple seconds there, or you can still get blown up. Transfer. This might have been a mistake. How much time do I have left? I don't like that. Okay, just don't be angels, and we should be okay. Oh, this is beautiful. Never mind. Maybe not so beautiful as I thought. Okay, actually, no, that should be fine. There's no newts in here, which is usually my biggest threat. 1, 2. Then blinding, and let's just stay away from the tangling, and we should be okay. Yeah, everything that Contempo is saying there about getting ganked is 100% accurate. It's super convenient being very... Oh, crap. Being very close to Jita. But being close to Jita presents problems. What ship type were you flying? I might have another idea for you still. Yeah, so the Gila is a lot easier to gank as well. If you can fly a Tech 2 assault cruiser, having an ADC makes it so that you're a lot harder to tank, especially in lower tier abyssals, like tier 4s. And also, if you have an alt, you can throw an alt on the outside to pull... Concord onto the gate beforehand. So you just have them aggress one of the gankers, and Concord shows up, and then it's more like then they're already there for if they start shooting at you. And you could just have them out in a noob ship. Like, you don't need anything special for that. But yeah, a scout on the outside is extremely useful. Personally, I use an orca. That is overkill. The average person does not need an orca. Just saying. But also, the more expensive your ship too, the more likely it is to get ganked. Contempo, how expensive was his fit? Was he like a 400 million one, or was he like a 2 billion one, or what was it?
Hello, adventurer, and thank...
Grab that. 93 in glorified gravid. That's good there. 1 bill? Yeah. So there is a chat channel that is used for people who run abyssals called Abyssal Lurkers. If you go in there and you take a look at the MOTD, they have a bunch of different fits for people. And one of the ones that they have in here, let's see if I can find it, should be Passive Povertila. Let me go grab that fit. And this is a 428 million fit that you can use. So the other beautiful thing about that is it doesn't have as much expensive modules on it, so people are less likely to gank it. But yeah, like the closer you are, all of the stuff makes it more likely for you to get ganked. There is almost never a 0% chance of you getting ganked. Don't talk about expensive fits in here unless you want to get ganked, because that is by no means... It's an open channel. Literally anyone can be in there on any ult. But you can ask questions and stuff like that, and I did not pay attention to how long that was. That was about 15 minutes, though. So we are we'll just straight up dock up, and then we'll take a look at things. But that's the best we can give for that. Now let's look at this ridiculousness. It's ridiculous today. I'm so sorry. 494 million. This one was pretty well an hour. So 568, 518. These were all big ones. 602, 494. 2182 million in 1 hour, plus a 900 million glorified unstable for 3082 million in an hour. So I broke 3 billion the last 2 hours. Which is just absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. Okay, throw that there. Throw this over here. Jesus. Contempo, I made way too much ISK. Alright, so I thought the 1073 was a bad start, but apparently was just warming me up for 3694, 3082. So in 3 hours, we made a net 7849 million ISK minus 1100 for filaments. Is 6749 million profit. I just made almost 7 billion profit in 3 hours. Yeah. I mean, they lose a little bit on security status because they probably pay to get it back up. But in a 0.7, they don't have to have max security status, so I think they can still be -2. Now, both of those Gravid Unstable drops that I got, or Glorified Unstable drops that I got, can drop in lower tiers as well. So pay attention to Glorified Unstable drops. So if you go over here, so these are worth 253, 730, 2.5. I think that was the one I got, I believe. And who even frickin' knows? And these are worth 1.6, 1.7, 1.3, and who even frickin' knows? 2, 3, 4. Unstable. This one is 1.1 billion. And this one doesn't have a price. So yeah, needless to say, it was a very, very good night. Nothing to complain about there, that's for damn sure. Granted, I have to make those now and then sell them, but that shouldn't be... So, the prices I was going for, where are they? The 2 billion and the 900 million, that is counting the costs to build them and to sell them at buy prices in JITA, not sell prices in JITA. So, lots there. Like, that worked out really well. Keep in mind that because these are frigates, I'm making 3 times what a cruiser would make. But potentially, that's still like over 2 billion for a cruiser in 3 hours, which is really good. Let me clear out some of this garbage out of my way, which is definitely just from hulls and whatnot. Yeah, that is over there. There we go. All right. Now it is time for me to grab this screen here and drag it over here. MooBot. Last chance to get into the Horde. So everyone right now, please hashtag Horde. You have about, let's give you 15 seconds, I guess, ish, to enter that draw for a chance. Well, if you win it, you get at least 100 million, but it's up to 2 billion. So get into that draw. Give you a couple more seconds on that. And while I'm doing that, let's go over here and we will add a display capture 2. Display to capture will be this one. Okay. There's that. Yep. Get back here. Where'd you go? Giveaways. Manage. All right. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Going to close that. Announce it's closed. Draw the winner. Announce the winner. And it is Cracker the Lurker who is heading out. But that's fine. He's allowed to head out and win this in my stream. So we are going to remove that. Contempo, can you pick a number between 1 and 50 for me for Cracker, please? Manage that. Let's grab this, copy that, archive that. We will IGS paste Cracker's name here. Yep. See if that worked for me. Why am I not at the bottom of my own chat? There we go. Nope, it's cut off on me. There we go. 34. Copy that. So let's go over to this one. And we'll do that. And we'll go auto link character number 34. Alright, so everybody else in chat, once I do this thing right here quick, there we go. Pick a number between 1 and 50. If you pick the correct one, you can win 50 million ISK just by putting a number in chat. The card you are looking for, as per my Dragon's Horde, is Mr. House. And so if Cracker gets Mr. House or Dogmeat, he gets 2 billion ISK. If you get Mr. House, you get 50 million ISK. So we're looking for 34, which is, and you can pick the same number. Multiple people can have the same number. That is okay. Just want to throw that out there. So let's grab this and go boop. Let's see how that's looking. If this deck of cards looks, oh, that's not too bad. No, a little see-through, it's just because of green screen stuff. So actually, you know what? I can turn that off. There's Mr. House. Give me 1 second here. Properties. Nope. Filters. Let's remove the chroma key. There we go. So if you get Mr. House, I've got too many foils in here for that. So if you get Mr. House, you win 50 million ISK. If Cracker gets it, he gets a whole bunch more. So everyone pick a number between 1 and 50. Same number is fine. It's alright if everyone picks 13. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Normally 42 is a very popular one. Meaning of life, right? Shuffle this up good. I'll give you guys another couple minutes here. So, I mean, because it's one card, it's a 1 in 50 chance, but I read an interesting thing about how you're unlikely to shuffle a deck to the same hand twice, just because of probability. which is why a 52 card deck is pretty effective at doing that. Or in this case, like I said, a 50 card deck. Obviously, because you're just picking one card, your odds are still that 1 in 50. But if you go to 2 cards, to pick the proper 2 cards, the odds go up to, I believe it's 25, not quite, but close to 25,000 or 2,500. And then if you do 3, then it's times another 48. So it may as well be another times 50. So it goes up significantly, which is obviously how lotteries work as well. All right, that should be good there. Nobody's talked in there for a moment. I'm fairly generous with the cutoff, though, so be aware if somebody else speaks up after I cut that off. I am likely to include them unless I've started flipping cards. Yep, get back here again. Now to give it another good shuffle. All right. Okay, so we'll throw the cutoff here. I'm going to start flipping cards. 34 is the main one we're looking for, but we're also going to just write down Mr. House and whatever number he shows up at, if it's not fit 34. Okay, so junk jet. Nope. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I love that card. 13. So 13 is Mr. House. 1-800 help definitely pick that one. So 1-800 gets 50 million. And that's the only 13 I see there. So now we're going to 34 to see how much Cracker gets, and if you're curious as to the... Nope, that didn't work. Curious as to the amounts, they are based on... Nope. There we go. They are based on that. So, for example, Mr. House would have been 2 billion. This guy would have been 1 billion. The one down here a little bit further would have been... that's the Fallout art is 500 million. And then regular ones or ones that say legendary. No. These are not legendaries. A whole bunch of not legendaries in there. Anyway, continuing on. 14. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. See, it says legendary. 28. So there's the other big one. 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. So the 2 billions are out. There are still some 1 billions, and there should still be some 500 millions as well. This one is that's a legendary. So that is 200 million ISK over to Cracker. Let's get that out before I forget. Give 200, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then let's get 1-800. Copy that. That's 50 million over to you. This one. Because it has the 2 dashes in it. Yeah. Give 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're probably both you, but still, that's the right one to send it to. That is all sent off. Now you can look at my pretty face again. With a great big old green screen behind me because I turned off that filter. It's not even done up right. It's got a whole bunch of wrinkles in it, but it's been showing up pretty good, so I'm happy about it. Let's take you and put you right back into there. And we are going to throw that filter back on before I forget. Chroma key. Okay. Close. Perfect. Just adjust this to where my face is. Why is it taking so much effort? And this way. There we go. Perfect. Thank you for joining me. I super appreciate having you guys here, and the usual conversations that we get, I enjoy those. I'm going to go see who else is currently around that I can send you off to. And EVE Online, who do we have tonight? There's not a ton of people on this there. So I can send you over to Crash Naps, but I might have to warn you about Crash Naps first. I don't know Perfect Target. Oh, but it's Abyss, and I love Abyss so much. Okay, give me 1 sec here. Okay, Random Adventure. Oh, it says Random Adventures now, not Abyss, but he has Abyssal in his title. Alright. I don't see anyone giving me any recommendations on this. Damn you guys. I'm going to send you over to Perfect Target. They've got a few viewers. They're English. I don't know them, so take that with a grain of salt, however you want. I'm going to throw these cards back in here before I split them up again like I did once before, and it annoys the hell out of me. You guys have a wonderful night. Stay, don't stay. Your choice. I am rating you over to someone to be nice, but I don't know their style of streaming. So I just want to throw that out there. You guys have a wonderful night. I will talk to you later, as I always do. Fly fun. It's okay to lose ships, as long as you're enjoying yourself. If you have any questions, you can feel free to get a hold of me. My Discord is currently closed. I'm going to reopen it in the near future. But I had some people popping in and spamming me when I was away on a work trip, so I have it temporarily closed. But I will send invites if you send me a message on Discord. And you say that you don't say anything about making me goddamn hard. Have a wonderful night. I will see you later. Fly fun, and have a wonderful evening, everyone.